Have you ever wanted to make your very own texture pack? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it the easiest way possible. I don't want to take up too much of your time, so let's get straight into it. Alright, to start off, you're going to want to head over to the description right now and pull up the link that says example texture pack. It's going to lead you to this page right here. And the good thing about this page is that it's always going to be updated no matter what. So this top right here or this bottom one right here is going to be the one that you want to get. I recommend using the latest version. It'll be pretty obvious. It'll say it right here. So make sure to get that, and then you go down here to sourcecode.zip, and that's what you want to click on, and then it'll immediately start downloading up here. As you can see, I've already downloaded it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my tab over here and I'm going to drag it over to my desktop so you guys can see it for yourselves. Now all of your texture pack files will be in here in this folder. You might want to extract this before you start, but you don't necessarily have to. Now that you have your example texture pack, now you're going to want to create your own texture pack. I'm going to name mine BobbyMH tutorial. All right, here we go. This name doesn't matter as much. The actual pack name will come later. So what you want to do is you want to open this example pack and then also open your own pack. Now that you have both of them open, you're going to want to look at the example pack and look at what textures you want. You can use a search function for anything you want, but the most important thing is that you have to keep the structure of this texture pack in your own texture pack. So this actually has behavior packs, documentation. It has all the stuff for you to make your own add-ons and mods. So if you did want to experiment with how things work in the game and make your own add-on, you would go to behavior packs and then resource packs to add your own textures, right? But today we're going to be focusing on only the texture pack. So all of these things are things that go in a texture pack. You don't necessarily need all of them. You only need the things you're going to change. For example, if you're going to change a diamond sword to a different color, you would want to copy the diamond sword texture from this texture pack to your own pack. But before you do that, you need to make sure that you have your pack icon and manifest. These are two of the most important things for your texture pack to work. So what you're going to do is you're going to copy these and you're going to paste them into here. Now, manifest JSON is going to have all of your important information for your texture pack. As you can see, this says example vanilla resource pack. This is going to be the description to your texture pack that will appear when you're turning it on or using it. So I'm just going to name this tutorial pack. Now I'm going to change the title to BobbyMH tutorial. This UUID is very, very important. What you can do is you can go to a UUID generator on Google and it'll give you a UUID for your texture pack. Or what I like to do is I just change a few numbers. So 052, I can change them to like 123 and it'll probably work. The only thing you don't want to mess up is you don't want to mess up the amount of digits in this ID code, because if you do, it will not work. Now I'm going to change this other UUID by 2 numbers. And we should be good. So now we're going to save this and close it. Now that we have an original manifest and ID for our pack, we can change the pack icon. You can edit it to be whatever you want. I recommend using paint.net for everything we're going to do today. It is really easy to use and can be very useful and is very handy when editing different Minecraft textures. We're not going to change the pack icon for now. We're going to focus more on the other textures and the structure of this texture pack so that we can get it working. So what you can do is you can look at this structure, right? You see how every different section has a folder. So right now we're going to be mostly focusing on textures. So what you want to do is go here and copy the exact textures folder. Now you can copy this textures folder and then it'll bring everything with it inside onto your texture pack, but that's going to make it so that it's a bigger texture pack and it might lag your game more. What I like to do is I like to keep my texture and my texture packs really storage friendly, because I don't like my game lagging too much. So now that I have this textures folder, I can now copy some of these textures. Now I really like to change the items, so I'm going to make an items folder. And from this items right here, from the example pack, I'm going to copy the ones that I like to change. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy all the PNG files from this texture pack. So diamond shovel, diamond pickaxe, all of these are things that I'm going to use to change the textures of them in game. So now I'm just going to copy all of these and then put them all in my items folder. Now you might make the mistake of putting them outside of your items folder. If you do that, they will not work. So now you can go ahead and edit this. For example, I'm going to edit the diamond sword just because I can. And this is the original Minecraft diamond sword. So one of the first things you might want to do is resize this because it's 16 by 16. I know a lot of people like to make texture packs that are 32 by 32 or 64 or bigger, you know. So what you can do is you can go to canvas size, right? And you can go to and resize it. So make sure it's by absolute size and not percentage, because that will actually keep your pixels all together. So there you go. This resizes the canvas to 32 by 32. Now if you want to resize the sword along with it, you can actually resize right here. So this will make your canvas bigger and this will resize your actual sword. So now it's 32 by 32. So instead of these being 1 pixel wide, they're 2 now, and you can make your swords more detailed or whatever you might want to do. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to change the color a little bit. I'm just gonna take this greenish blue, this diamond blue color, and I am going to change it a little bit like so. I can change the hue. I can make it a little purple, a little bit more blue. I think we're gonna go for a dark blue right here, just like so. And I think that's okay for my sword for now. Now I also like making my sword smaller, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my canvas a little bigger, and I'm gonna make this actually 24 by 24, which is not very common, but then I'm gonna center this in the middle so that it looks smaller in the actual game. So now that I'm done, I can actually go hit file and save, and it should be saved into my folder right here. Now I'm gonna go over another few items that you can change. One of your other things that you might realize is that I'm actually going to go ahead and change this diamond chest plate. But what you might notice when you edit it in this items folder is that this is only the chest plate when you are holding it in your hand. So when you're holding this chest plate and you put it on, it's not going to look the same as it did when you put it on. So see how it's a darker blue? If I put it on in game, it's still gonna look the same light blue as it always does in regular Minecraft. So what you want to do is you want to go to textures, and then you have to go to models right here. So you want to copy this folder, models, and then you want to look for your armor. In here you'll find this armor folder, which will hold all the armor. You want to go ahead and copy the structure again. If you do anything differently from this example pack, it will not work. So then you go ahead and go into armor, and you can see all these armor things. So what you want is I'm gonna change the diamond armor, so I'm gonna copy this and paste it into my armor folder, and then I can edit it from there. Now diamond 2 is leggings. Usually if they have a 2, it's leggings. Number 1 usually has the rest of the armor models, so it has a chest plate, and these are the boots, and this is the chest plate, this is a helmet, and this is the boots. So what if you want to edit it, you can do it here. I'm gonna just edit the chest plate for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it that same darker blue as the item I was holding in my hand. That looks about right, and now we can save it. Whatever you might want to change inside of your texture pack, you just want to go ahead and follow the same example and just copy whatever you need from in here and do it in here. You need to make sure to follow the same structure if you want to change anything. If you have trouble finding stuff, you can always use a search function. Now, if you're wondering how to change the sky on a texture pack, what you're going to want to do is go to textures, and then it's going to be in environment. However, Minecraft doesn't actually have the custom sky textures inside of their texture pack, so this is something you're going to want to add later. If you guys do want a video on that, make sure to like and comment sky, please, and we will do that shortly. But you can, however, change all the clouds and whatever you want here, or search for whatever you need to change. So now that you have all your textures done and you have your manifest and your pack icon, you can go ahead and actually import your texture pack into Minecraft. What I like to do is I select all of this, and then I go send to, and then compress zip folder, and then it'll do it all in the zip. The name on the zip file doesn't matter except for this last part, the .zip. If you do not see .zip, what you want to do is go to view and then go to file name extensions and make sure that this is checked, because this is very important. Now that that is checked, you want to go ahead and change this .zip to an MC pack so that you can directly import it into your Minecraft. Once you've done this, you can actually go ahead and open it with Minecraft, and it'll import your pack directly into your game. Up here, it'll talk about your import started, failed to import. See, mine had an error. So what mine had wrong, it had a later version of the game. So this is gonna have to be fixed. So that's what I meant by make sure you download the right example pack, because then it won't have the right thing. So what we can do, since that didn't work, is we can go back into our texture pack and fix that. Whatever errors you have with the name or description or UUID, or if it says duplicate pack, you can go in here and you can change the UUID if it's a duplicate pack, or you can change the game version so that it matches the current one you have. And then once you fix and save this, you have to delete this old one. This is an old file, so you have to do the zip all over again. So once you do that, you can name it to MC pack once again, and then you can try again to see if it works. As you can see, it already imported it, and it actually did work this time. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go to global resources and turn on this tutorial pack. Now, we didn't change much in this tutorial pack, so it's not going to look all that different from regular Minecraft. But what we can do is look at the items that we did change. As you can see here, I have my texture pack loaded up. The diamond sword is blue and the chest plate is also blue. But really, it only changes the things that you actually decide to change. So this is all that we changed for this tutorial. Now that I've imported my texture pack, let's say I want to change the armor to match the chest plate, or I want to change the diamond axe and the diamond pickaxe. What can I do to do that? So first of all, you're going to want to exit your game. Now this part is going to be a little bit more difficult. You're not going to have access to whatever texture pack is in your game right now. This right here is all outside of your game, so if anything changes in this folder, it won't change inside of your game. So what you want to do is you want to locate this new folder that was imported to your game. So you're going to go ahead and close this texture pack folder, and you're going to want to go and press your Windows key and R, and it'll open this thing right here, which will help you find your texture pack folder. So what you want to do is go %appdata % and press enter, which will lead you to this roaming folder right here. And you want to go back to app data, right? And you want to go to local. In here, you're going to scroll down until you find packages right here. And then you want to scroll down till you find Minecraft. It should be Microsoft.Minecraft UWP. This should be the correct folder for this version of Minecraft. And then in here, don't get lost. This is kind of hard to keep track of. Go to local states, then you want to go to games, and then com.mojang. And then here it's going to have all your Minecraft files. So as you might notice, this is a resource packs folder. All your texture packs that have been imported will be in here. Now what I like to do is I like to pin this folder to quick access so that I can have it right here to get to it way faster. So we can see our BobbyMH tutorial right here. And now I can actually change the textures inside of this so that they change inside of the game as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in my items folder, and I'm gonna go ahead and change my axe and my pickaxe. Okay, now that I've saved all my files, I should actually be able to load these up in game without having to re-import the texture pack. So I can go ahead and open my Minecraft and then load up my texture pack in my game. And as you can see, everything loaded. I have my pickaxe and my axe that are super duper tiny, which is kind of silly. And yeah, I have my armor and it's all nice and working, so it's pretty great. So now that you've done this, whenever you open your folders and you want to change your texture pack, you can just go to resource packs and then go to your texture pack here and change whatever you might want to change. Make sure that you keep your sample pack handy right here so that when you need something from it or you want to add something new to your texture pack, you can have it with you right there. For my final part, I'm just going to edit my GUI so that it looks a little bit cleaner. I like my hotbar to look a little less chunky, so I like to remove a little bit of this right here. Alright, as you can clearly see now, I do have this new hotbar and all my new items, which is actually really nice. I kind of like this. If anything, I would just change my crosshair so I can aim better. But this is actually really good for a starting point. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, make sure to comment them. I am usually pretty active in the comment section, so make sure to do that and I'll help you out. But anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.